Namaste, welcome to yoga conditioning. Today we're going to be working legs. So yes, we're going to be standing, but before we get to that, let's just come into a cross-legged seat, upright spine. Sit on something to help you lift the hips up a little bit. Close your eyes and start to breathe, to step inside your body. Allow your shoulders and your elbows to relax. Allow your hands to just fall gently on the knees or the thighs. Noticing the alignment of your spine, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. We always want to start with proper alignment. Just breathe inwards through the nose. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Top of the breath. Sip in a little more air. Open the mouth and set it. A few more rounds like that. Inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3. Top of the breath. Exhale. One more time on your own, noticing your body, your ribs, your chest expanding, belly expands, side body expands, side out. All right, we're going to start warming up the shoulders. So start rolling your shoulders up and then back and down on the exhale. So inhale the shoulders forward and then up on the inhale. Exhale, shoulders back and down. Continue like that on your own, few rounds. Noticing the range of your shoulder girdle today. Switch the direction. Shoulders go back and up on the inhale. Exhale, shoulders forward and down. Few more circles in this direction, really exploring the sensations and the range. You know, we're always using our phones, computers, so we tend to tense up the shoulders, the neck, the middle of the back so much. So by doing these circles before our practice, we're able to pick up that information from the body. It's like, what's going on today? How should I modify and adapt my practice accordingly? All right, relax, come back to neutral. We're going to inhale the arms up, all the way up, top of the breath. Really lift those shoulders, shoulder blades, armpits. Feel the ribs expand. Top of the breath, exhale, swim the hands back down, bottom of the exhale. Inhale, really extend the arms away from you. Feel that extension in the shoulder joints, top of the breath, palms to touch. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Few more like this on your own. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, close your eyes, just feel the air through your fingers. Make this a sensorial experience. This is how we tune inwards. This is how we clear the mind, by focusing in the sensations in the body. All right, so we're going to come on the floor. I recommend you use a blanket to protect your knees. I definitely use a blanket in most of my practice, my asana practice. All right, so we just come onto the blanket or just a mat. We're going to warm up the shoulders again by making some shoulder circles in one direction. Really press the floor down. So today's class is focused on legs, but before we do that, we also want to warm up a little bit the spine and the shoulders. A few more circles in this direction. All right, come back to stillness. Bring your hands forward a few inches, tuck your toes, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. So start walking your dog by straightening one leg and then the other. Notice the stretching in the Achilles, the ankle, the calf. you try to get a straight line, wrist to shoulders to hips. That's the proper alignment for a downward facing dog. Back of the neck is long and spacious. And noticing the stretching happening in your legs. Beautiful. Coming into stillness. Let your knees be as bent as they need to be. Really push the floor away. Find that length in the spine. The front and the back of the spine is long and spacious. Trying to bring the heels as close to the floor as possible. Close your eyes here. Inhale deeply. On the exhale, open the mouth side out. A few more times like that. Inhale through the nose. Push the floor away. Lift the tailbone up. Exhale, side out. One more time. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, side out. Beautiful. On the inhale, we're going to start walking the feet towards the front of the mat. We're going to come into Ragdoll. Basically, this means we're going to bend the knees a lot. And we're going to grab opposite elbows. And let the weight of the ribs fall onto the thighs. Relax your neck. Relax your head, the shoulders. Just feel the spinal decompression. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely, bringing more weight of the chest onto your legs. A few more breaths here. Starting to activate the knee muscles, the quadriceps. Beautiful. On the next inhale, we're going to rise up with a flat back, arms around and up. High prayer, palms to touch. Really feel this stretch like we did before. Exhale, we bring the hands down to Tadasana. All right, so we're going to start in chair. So traditional chair is with feet together. You can also separate them if that feels better for you for your balance. Let's bring our hands into our waist for now, so that we're going to be working this in parts. Slowly bring the hips back and down. Can you keep your knees somewhat parallel so they don't open up towards the sides? Lengthen the spine and lower down the hips any amount. Try to look down at your toes and see. If you cannot see your toes, bring your knees further back. Sometimes we just bring our knees too forward. Can you bring your knees a little bit further back? Probably feeling your quadriceps working here, because they are. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale completely. One more cycle of breath here. You can do this. Inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, we rise, come back into Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, so you probably feel it's the quadriceps, it's the knee muscles, it's the core keeping you up. So this time we're going to add on the arms. So on the inhale, the legs start to bend, hips down, arms come up any amount. Ideally, we want to bring our biceps to frame our head, but that requires a lot of shoulder flexibility and strength. So keep lowering down the hips, bringing more weight onto your heels, lengthen that spine. We're going to hold it here for 5 rounds of breath. Deep inhale, complete exhale. If you need to take a break, by all means, take a break, come back down. Inhale, more weight onto the heels. Exhale. 2 more cycles of breath. You can do this. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back into Tadasana. Yes, so it's not often that we can hold chair pose, Utkatasana, for long in most vinyasa classes. That's why I like to hold it for longer here in conditioning class, so you can build the strength for your own practice later. All right, so poses have counter poses. So here I'm gonna stand in front of the camera, facing the camera. You can you can stay at the top of the mat. So we're gonna bring more weight onto your left leg and start to lift the right knee a little bit higher. Feel that hip flexor kicking in. So that's the muscle that connects the upper part of the leg to the hip. You can also probably notice your standing ankle. Ankles are key for standing poses in yoga. So just hold it here, lengthen that spine, shoulders are relaxed. So we're building on, so we're starting from the base. We're eventually making it into tree pose. Just for now, keep your gaze in a fixed point to keep your focus, your balance. Notice your hip flexor, don't let that knee come down. Keep lifting it up as much as possible. Keep extending and activating the standing leg. If you lose your balance, you just come back up. Deep inhales, complete exhales. One more breath. Modify as you need. You are your own teacher. I'm only here to guide you. Make this a safe practice. All right, slowly release that leg. And you can shake off the left ankle or make some ankle circles just to release any tension. Let's do the same thing on the other side. In this case, we're going to bring more weight onto your right leg. And then slowly lift your left knee up. Keep pushing the floor away from you, lengthening that spine, lifting the knee without opening the hip. This is more when we end up in tree, but for the time being, we want to work the hip flexor. Keep lengthening the spine. Keep your focus in one fixed point. We call this drishti, the point of focus. Deep inhale, lift that knee up. Exhale, relax the shoulders, relax your face. Maybe lift the edges of your mouth towards the ears. Notice the standing ankle is constantly working. What we're trying to do here is not just warm it up. We're trying to work, strengthen. A lot of people can't hold balance, and it's not because of balance issues, because their ankles are not strong enough. Beautiful. Slowly release that leg and shake it off. Maybe make some circles with the right ankle in one direction. All right, so we're alternating. We're coming back to where we started. Bring back your weight onto the left leg. This time we're going to lift the right knee, and grab the ankle and bring the ankle towards the glute. If possible, you can also grab the foot behind your back with both hands. And often the knees separate. Can you bring your knees closer together? Yes, we're working ankles today, and we're stretching the quadricep now. So keep lengthening that spine. Deep inhales, complete exhales. Beautiful. Keep bringing that heel towards the glutes, knees towards each other. You can step out of it and come back if your ankle is a little tired by now. Stretching the quadricep, working the standing ankle. A few more breaths here. Beautiful. And slowly release. Ankle circles with the standing leg. And we're doing the same thing on the other side. Come back to neutral. This time, it's more weight on your right leg. Bend the left knee, grab the ankle. And then also maybe grab the toes or the foot with the other hand, stretching the quadricep, pulling the heel towards the glute. It doesn't have to touch, but that's the intention. And slowly trying to bring the knees closer together. Keep your gaze, your focus in one point. Focus is also so good for our mind to stop and quiet that monkey mind. That's why balances or poses are so good for developing our focus. A few more breaths here. Keep pulling that heel in, keep lengthening the knee towards the floor. Feeling that stretch in the quadricep and the hip flexor. And slowly release. All right, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. All right, now we're gonna come into a Malasana. So it's a hip opener. If you don't have a block, you can use a blanket. If you need extra support, you just fold that blanket. Just have it there in case you need it. So bring your feet wide, point your toes away diagonally. And then slowly, let's bring our hands into heart center. Start to sit back down. This time we can open the knees and slowly come into a squat. There you go. So that's where, if you want a little prop, you can use that blanket underneath you. You can also use a block or books, of course. So here we're opening up the hips, really press the outside of the elbows. So this is just a stretch because we're taking a break before we continue conditioning. All right, close your eyes, lengthen the spine as best as possible. Feel those hips opening. Feel the stretch in the ankles. Such a grounding pose. Close your eyes, let's all take a deep inhale together. Open the mouth and say it out. Let go of any tension. All right. If your knees are very sensitive, you might want to be careful with this one. Otherwise, we're going to start coming out of Malasana back into standing and then lift the arms up, stretch the fingertips all the way up. And then on the exhale, we very, very slowly squat back down into Malasana. You're feeling it now, right? All right, let's continue like this 10 more times. Inhale, stretch up slowly. On the exhale, come back down with a straight spine, flat spine. I'm going to be doing the rest of the series. If you want to take a break, then come back by all means. You don't have to do all 10. Know your body, respect your body, use the breath for your movement. Using Ujjayi breath also helps us direct our breath and our movement. The breath leads and the body follows. If your knees are very sensitive, maybe you want to come down just halfway and then come back up. You modify, you know. We've got a few more on the breath. Inhale deeply. Stretch up. Exhale. Completely coming back down. I kind of lost my count, but let's just say there's 3 more. You got this. Beautiful. One more. Exhale. Beautiful. From here, let's just take a break. We're going to extend the right hand outside on the floor, diagonally away from you, and lift the left hand all the way out. Feel the twist, feel the stretch. On the exhale, coming back to neutral, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left hand on the floor, right hand extends diagonally away. Feel the twist in the spine, feel the stretch. Awesome. Coming back to neutral. Bring the hands on the floor. Fold forward, lift the hips up, give yourself a nice stretch in the hamstrings. Micro bend the knee any amount. And once again, grab opposite elbows and swing side to side to stretch the backs of the legs dynamically on the breath. Notice the decontraction of the spine, decompression. Bending your knees as much as you need to. Alright. So we're gonna bring the hips back down. We're gonna come into an ankle balance. So let's just bring our toes, our big toes, our feet together, the knees together as much as possible. We're gonna bring our hands to heart center. We're just gonna hold it here. Finding that balance again. The muscles in the ankles and the feet are constantly working to keep us up without falling. You can always bring one hand down on a prop if you need a little extra help. And then come back up. Close your eyes to challenge yourself even more. You decide this is your practice. And if you want an extra challenge, you can stay here, or you can bring your hands on the floor and we're gonna cross one ankle over the other knee. So help yourself if you can, if you need to. So we're coming into a 1 foot balance. This is even more work for your standing ankle. All right, so from here, this is very challenging. Often we want to bring our seat on the heel and then bring one hand up and then maybe bring the other one up for a moment. This is challenging. So it requires focus. Maybe try the other hand. Anyway, just play around. If you want to do this on the other side, or just stay where you are, just having a little fun. You might find that maybe one ankle is a little stronger than the other. Maybe just touch your hands for a moment. Just have a little fun. All right, one more try. Okay, undo the crossing if you were doing that. We're all gonna meet in downward facing dog once again. So hands, fingers wide as starfish. Lifting the hips up and away. Catching our breath, pushing the floor away, activating those shoulders. And once again, giving ourselves a nice back leg stretch. Coming into stillness, and let's just swing our hips side to stretch the sides of the legs. Back of the neck is long and spacious. Deep inhales and complete exhales. Beautiful. We're slowly roll forward into plank. We're going to lower down in one piece, chaturanga. Hug those elbows in as you come down onto the floor in one piece. Untuck the toes. Bring one side of the head on the floor. Relax the arms. Just breathe, relax. Noticing the support of the floor. Letting go of any tension or action. Feeling your heartbeat slowly slowing down. Bring the other cheek down on the floor. Relax the neck. Relax the thighs. Just catching our breath here. Beautiful. So we're gonna, since we've worked the ankles and the legs so much today, let's give them one more tug. All right, so we're gonna bend the left knee, grab that foot, and once again, pull the heel towards the glute any amount and try to extend the knee outwards, away from you. That's gonna lengthen the hip flexor even more. So pulling the heel towards the glute, but relax the head, relax the neck, relax the face, the throat, the chest. It's just the upper arms and the hands doing the work. One more breath here. And release, let go of that foot. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So bend the right knee, grab the ankle, the foot, and slowly pull the heel towards the glute. Feel the stretch in the knee, the quadriceps, the hip flexor. Keep lengthening the bent knee away from you to get that full extension in the psoas, hip flexor muscles. So important to stretch after working out and conditioning. Bringing the muscles, the fascia back to balance. A few more breaths here. So many of us have tight knee muscles. All right, release the foot. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Press up into plank or modified plank with the knees down. Now bend the knees, untuck the toes, bring your hips to your heels. We're gonna sit in hero's pose again to stretch those knee muscles that we just worked. We're also stretching the ankles. A lot of people have difficulty bringing the top of the ankle on the floor. So if this is you, you can always modify by tucking your toes, but you can also bring a blanket underneath the hips, over the heels. That's a modification. Whichever hero's pose you're doing, find stillness. Knees together or knees a little wider, samurai style, you decide. Palms on the legs, relax the neck, relax the chest, feel the stretch in the knees and beginning of the quadriceps. Focus on the sensations in the ankles, how you're also stretching all those muscles that we used. Slowly bring your hands together, heart center. Relax the shoulders, bow the head down, chin to chest. Feel the stretch in the back of the neck. And thank yourself for today's practice. Slowly open your eyes, lift the head. Namaste to you all. Thank you so much for joining me. So this class happens on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I hope to see you here again. Have a beautiful day. Practice safely. Namaste.